The rain-slicked streets of downtown Seattle gleamed under the neon lights as I stepped out of the office building, my heart pounding with a mix of exhaustion and nerves. It was just a dinner invitation from my boss, Alex Hargrove, the sharp-minded CEO of our tech startup, but something in his casual email, "Let's grab a bite after work, discuss that project," felt loaded, like the air before a storm. Little did I know, that evening would unravel secrets I'd buried deep, forcing me to confront not just my feelings, but the tangled web of corporate hierarchies and hidden identities in a world that preached acceptance but whispered judgments. I arrived at the upscale Italian restaurant a few minutes early, fidgeting with my tie in the reflection of the window. Alex was already there, seated at a corner table with a glass of red wine, his usual polished demeanor softened by the dim candlelight. He was in his mid-40s, with salt and pepper hair and eyes that could dissect a business proposal in seconds. But tonight, they held a warmth I'd only glimpsed in fleeting office moments. "Ethan, glad you made it," he said, standing to shake my hand, his grip firm yet lingering just a second too long. We ordered appetizers, bruschetta and arancini, and dove into shop talk about the upcoming app launch. But as the conversation shifted, Alex leaned in, his voice dropping. "You know, Ethan, I've been watching your work. You're talented, but you seem reserved. What's holding you back?" I hesitated, swirling my wine. At 28, I'd climbed the ranks quickly at Hargrove Tech, but my personal life was a guarded fortress. Growing up in a conservative suburb of Chicago, I'd learned early to hide my attraction to men, channeling everything into my career. Seattle was supposed to be a fresh start, progressive, inclusive, but old habits died hard. "Just focused on the job, I guess," I replied, evading his gaze. Alex chuckled, a low, genuine sound. "Life's more than code and deadlines. Tell me about you, the real you." His question hung there, probing, and for the first time I felt seen not as an employee but as a person. By dessert, we were sharing stories. His divorce 5 years ago, the loneliness of leading a company, my failed attempts at dating apps that left me feeling empty. As we stepped outside, the rain had stopped, and he offered me a ride home. In the car, our hands brushed accidentally, or was it? And a spark ignited, unspoken but electric. The next morning, the office buzzed with its usual energy, but everything felt different. Alex's emails were professional, yet there was a new undertone, a shared secret in his good morning that made my pulse quicken. I threw myself into work, debugging lines of code while replaying the night in my mind. Was it flirtation or just mentorship? Doubts crept in: power dynamics, company policies on fraternization. Hargrove Tech prided itself on diversity, with rainbow flags in the lobby during Pride Month, but rumors of past scandals lingered. That afternoon, Alex called me into his office. "About last night," he started, closing the door. "I enjoyed it, more than I expected." My breath caught. "Me too," I admitted, the words tumbling out. He smiled, relief washing over his face. "Let's keep this between us for now. See where it goes." What followed were stolen moments. Coffee runs that stretched into walks along the waterfront. Late-night texts about everything from favorite books to childhood dreams. Alex opened up about his own struggles, coming out later in life, the strain it put on his marriage, the fear of losing respect in the boardroom. I shared my family's rejection when I came out in college, the way my father's silence cut deeper than words. Our connection deepened, built on empathy and quiet understanding, but shadows loomed. Colleagues noticed our extended meetings. Whispers started in the break room. "Ethan's getting special treatment," one coworker muttered during lunch. I brushed it off, but the inequality gnawed at me. Was our budding romance fair, or tainted by his position? One evening, after a grueling deadline, Alex suggested we escape to his cabin in the Olympics for the weekend. "Just to recharge," he said, but his eyes promised more. I agreed, packing with a thrill of anticipation. The drive was filled with laughter and playlists of indie rock, the city fading into misty forests. At the cabin, we cooked dinner together, pasta with fresh herbs from his garden, and talked until the fire died down. As stars blanketed the sky, he took my hand. "Ethan, "This feels right," he whispered. In that moment, doubts vanished. It was just us, two men finding solace in each other. But back in Seattle, reality intruded. A promotion opportunity arose and Alex championed me for it. Grateful as I was, questions arose. Was it merit or favoritism? The first crack in our foundation appeared. The promotion announcement came via company-wide email, my name highlighted in bold. Congratulations poured in, but not all were sincere. In the elevator, Sarah from marketing shot me a knowing look. "Dinner with the boss pays off, huh?" she quipped, her tone laced with envy. I forced a laugh, but inside, turmoil brewed. Alex and I had agreed to discretion, yet the office grapevine was relentless. That night, over takeout at my apartment, I confronted him. "People are talking. This could blow up." He sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I know, but you're qualified, Ethan. Don't let gossip undermine that." His reassurance helped, but seeds of doubt took root. As weeks turned to months, our relationship evolved into something profound. Weekends became our sanctuary, hiking in the Cascades, exploring Seattle's queer nightlife incognito. Alex introduced me to his circle of friends, a mix of artists and entrepreneurs who'd navigated their own coming-out journeys. One night at a gallery opening, his ex-wife Laura appeared unexpectedly. She was gracious, but her eyes lingered on us. "Alex seems happy," she said to me privately. "Just be careful. The company's his life." Her words echoed my fears. Back home, Alex dismissed it. Laura's moved on. So have I. But the encounter stirred unease. Was I just a rebound? Or something real? Society's undercurrents added pressure. Seattle was liberal, but tech culture had its hypocrisies. At an industry conference, Alex moderated a panel on inclusivity, preaching about safe spaces for LGBTQ employees. I sat in the audience, pride swelling, until a Q&A session turned pointed. "What about power imbalances in relationships?" an attendee asked. Alex handled it smoothly, but later, in our hotel room, tension flared. "That was aimed at us," I said. He shook his head. "Paranoia, Ethan. We're adults." Our first real argument ensued, voices rising over ethics and optics. "You're the boss. One wrong move, and I'm the one who pays," I snapped. He softened, pulling me close. "I won't let that happen." Reconciliation came with apologies and deeper intimacy, but the rift lingered. Then came the family bombshell. My sister, Mia, visited from Chicago. Over brunch, she sensed something. "You're glowing. Spill." I confided in her about Alex, expecting support. Instead, her face hardened. "Your boss? That's messy, Ethan. What if it ends badly? And Dad?" He'd flip. Our parents were traditional Midwesterners. My coming out had strained ties. Mia's concern mirrored societal taboos, age gaps, workplace romances. That evening, I told Alex, "Family stuff is complicated," he said empathetically. But it highlighted our world's divide. His established life versus my lingering insecurities. Conflicts escalated when a rival firm poached one of our key developers, sparking rumors of internal leaks. Fingers pointed subtly at me, the boss's favorite. Alex defended me in meetings, but it fueled resentment. During a team-building retreat, Jake from sales cornered me. "Sleeping your way to the top? Classy." Stunned, I denied it, but the accusation stung. I confronted Alex that night. "This is what I feared. We're a target." He proposed coming clean to HR, but I balked. "It'll look like nepotism." Our debate turned heated, exposing vulnerabilities. "Maybe we're fooling ourselves," I said, tears welling. He held me, whispering promises, but trust frayed. Amid the chaos, moments of joy persisted. Alex surprised me with tickets to a Broadway show in New York, a whirlwind trip where we blended into the crowd, holding hands freely. In Central Park, he spoke of future dreams, travel, perhaps starting a foundation for queer youth in tech. His vision inspired me, reminding why I'd fallen for him. Not power, but passion. Yet, returning to Seattle, reality crashed in. An anonymous email circulated. CEO's personal life affecting business? Panic set in. Alex traced it to a disgruntled ex-employee, but damage was done. Board members called for a review. We need to pause, I suggested, heartbroken. He agreed reluctantly, the separation like a wound. The pause stretched into weeks of agonizing distance. At work, we maintained professionalism, but stolen glances betrayed our longing. I threw myself into projects, coding late into nights to numb the ache. Alex looked weary, shadows under his eyes during meetings. Friends noticed my withdrawal. One, a fellow gay colleague named Tyler, pulled me aside. Whatever's going on, talk to someone. The office isn't blind. His words prompted reflection. Was hiding our truth worth the toll? Society championed authenticity, yet here we were, conforming to fears. A turning point came at the company's annual gala. Dressed in tuxedos, Alex and I navigated the event separately. Speeches highlighted our successes, but tension simmered. Midway, Laura approached Alex, their conversation animated. Jealousy flared as I watched from afar. Later, he explained, she warned me about the rumors, said I should address them. That night, in a quiet corner, we stole a moment. I miss you, he admitted. This isn't sustainable. Emboldened, I suggested disclosing to a trusted few, but fate intervened. During the after-party, Jake drunkenly confronted Alex. Favoring your boyfriend? That's why we lost the deal. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Alex's face paled, but he stood firm. My personal life is private, but Ethan's work speaks for itself. The room buzzed. By morning, social media erupted with speculation. The fallout was swift. HR launched an investigation into potential conflicts of interest. Interviews dragged on, scrutiny intense. Colleagues divided. Some supportive, citing progressive values. Others skeptical, murmuring about fairness. Online, trolls amplified the drama, articles questioning if workplace romances undermined equality in LGBTQ spaces. Is this empowerment or exploitation? One op-ed asked. I felt exposed, my identity weaponized. Calls from family poured in. Mia urged caution, while my father left a voicemail. This is what happens when you live that way. Hurt compounded isolation. George bore the brunt, facing board pressure. Step back from decisions involving Ethan, they demanded. He complied, but resentment built. In private, we argued fiercely. You pushed for the promotion knowing this risk, I accused. I believed in you, he countered. Don't make me the villain. Emotions peaked. Tears flowed as we dissected choices. Yet, amid strife, clarity emerged. We can't let them define us, Alex said one night, pulling me into an embrace. Reconciliation reignited our bond, stronger for the trials. But external forces intensified. A journalist contacted me for comment, twisting the narrative into a Me Too angle, powerful boss preying on subordinate. Horrified, I declined, but the story ran anyway, sparking debates on forums. Consent in hierarchies? Users argued. Supportive voices emerged too. Queer activists defending mutual adult relationships. The controversy divided our community, highlighting fractures, ageism, classism in gay circles. Alex hired a PR firm. I sought therapy, unpacking internalized shame. High drama culminated at a town hall meeting. Employees voiced concerns. Alex addressed them head-on. I've fallen in love with Ethan. It's real, not a transaction. Murmurs turned to applause from some, silence from others. I stood beside him, heart racing. We're committed to transparency now. Post-meeting backlash hit. A few resignations, but also solidarity emails. Society's mirror reflected harshly, acceptance conditional on conformity. With our relationship public, dynamics shifted. Support from allies buoyed us, but opposition festered. Jake filed a formal complaint, alleging favoritism skewed opportunities. HR mediated sessions, tense and probing. Did Alex influence your advancement? They asked. No, my work did. I insisted, but doubt lingered in their eyes. Alex faced similar grilling, his leadership questioned. Board discussions grew heated. Whispers of resignation circulated. This could tank the company, a director warned. Yet, Alex stood resolute. Integrity over image. Personal toll mounted. Friends distanced themselves, uncomfortable with the spotlight. Tyler confided, "It's brave, but risky." Family rifts deepened. My father called, voice strained. "This boss thing, it's wrong. Come home, sort yourself out." Rejection stung, echoing childhood wounds. Mia mediated, but progress was slow. Alex's side fared better. His friends rallied, organizing a support dinner. Love wins, they toasted, but I sensed underlying judgments on our age difference. Societal debates amplified. Podcasts dissected our story. Gay romance or corporate scandal? Listeners split. Some celebrated defiance against norms. Others decried ethical lapses. A viral tweet thread argued, "Power imbalances invalidate consent in workplaces." Responses poured in from empathy to vitriol. We became unwitting symbols, our emotions fodder for discourse. "Ignore the noise," Alex urged, but it eroded us. Sleepless nights followed, doubts resurfacing. "What if they're right?" I whispered. He held me. "We're right for each other." A pivotal conflict arose when a major investor pulled out, citing distractions. Stock dipped. Layoffs loomed. Blame fell on us. In a heated boardroom, Alex defended, "This is discrimination masked as concern." Tensions exploded. A director retorted, "It's bad business." Ethan stepped in uninvited. "Punish me, not the team." Silence fell. Ultimately, compromises were made. Alex recused from my evaluations. I took a lateral move to quell accusations. Sacrifices preserved jobs, but resentment simmered. Healing began slowly. We attended couples counseling, unpacking power dynamics and vulnerabilities. Sessions revealed Alex's fears of vulnerability post-divorce, my imposter syndrome from hiding my identity. Insights fostered growth. We emerged closer. Community outreach followed. Speaking at LGBTQ events, sharing our story to spark dialogue. "Relationships aren't perfect," Alex said on stage, "but honesty is key." Applause followed, a balm to wounds. Yet not all resolved neatly. Jake's lawsuit dragged on, media hounding us. One evening, paparazzi snapped photos outside our home, invading privacy. "Enough," I declared. We retreated to the cabin, reconnecting amid nature. Conversations turned introspective. Choices, regrets, futures. "Would you change anything?" Alex asked. "No," I replied. It made us real. As legal battles waned, Jake's claims dismissed for lack of evidence. Normalcy trickled back. The company stabilized, innovation thriving under renewed focus. Alex delegated more, empowering the team. I excelled in my role, proving merit beyond association. Our relationship blossomed openly. Double dates with friends, pride parades hand in hand. Seattle's queer community embraced us, our story inspiring others navigating similar paths. "You showed vulnerability matters," a young intern confided. But scars remained. Family reconciliation proved elusive. My father's tentative email, "Thinking of you," offered hope, but distance persisted. Societal echoes lingered. Online forums debated our privilege as white, cis men in tech, ignoring intersectional struggles. We engaged thoughtfully, advocating for broader inclusivity. Highs and lows wove our tapestry. Anniversaries celebrated quietly, anniversaries of scandals reflected upon. One crisp autumn day, Alex proposed a bold step, co-authoring a book on workplace equality for LGBTQ individuals. "Share our lessons," he said. I agreed, the project channeling pain into purpose. Writing unearthed buried emotions. The initial dinner's thrill, conflict's anguish, resilience's triumph. Launch events drew crowds, sparking panels on ethics in romance. Boundaries blur, we argued, but mutual respect anchors all. Years passed. Our bond endured, tested and true. Hargrove Tech evolved into a beacon for diversity, policies reformed to address power dynamics transparently. We mentored young professionals, emphasizing authenticity over conformity. Yet, questions lingered in quiet moments. Had we ignited progress, or merely survived? In retrospect, that fateful dinner invitation altered trajectories, exposing hypocrisies in a society touting equality. Love defied hierarchies, but at what cost? Was it ethical for a boss to pursue a romantic relationship with an employee, even if mutual and consensual?